Hello guys, welcome to Softchords. My name still remains Edupius Patrick. I'm so super excited to see you and have you here. Now, this is our 11th chapter. 11th chapter. So you now have only one chapter left for us to call it a day. Now, our last chapter, that's chapter 10, we treated progression, and I believe you enjoyed it, and I hope you practice the one that I left behind that I told you to go and practice on. Hope you practice it. I hope you followed along the song I did together with you. Hope you practice it on your own. Now, if you have done that, congratulations to you. Now, let's look at Accompany, because one of the most beauty part of beauty thing about being a pianist is being able to accompany well, because most of the things you do as a pianist is to accompany, because that's what you are even doing. You are helping out the lead vocal or the choir. That's what you're doing. You're adding songs to it, so you're accompanying them. Now let's see what Accompany is. Now, Accompany is the supporting effort offered by the left hand to the right hand when playing a song. So, when you're playing a song, it's what your left hand does when you're playing the song. That's what we call Accompany. Accompany is what your left hand does to help your right hand. That's what Accompany is. And that diverse kinds of Accompany. So, we'll look at those examples and we see how we apply them. Okay. Now, like I said, there are different kinds of accompanies. Let's look at the types. These are the few types I can pick out. First, the bass line, the perfect fit, the octave, the chord, and the arpeggio. So we will take it one after the other, and we use the song "I Love You Forever," the one we treated in the last chapter, as example. So I will use it, we'll work on it and see how it goes. So let's get started on it. Now, the bass line. Now, bass line means is what your left hand plays. It means when you pick a note randomly and you play it in order to support your right hand. That is a bass line. Bass line is like you're playing a melody, but not really a melody. You're playing the note one after the other with your left hand, while your right hand plays the chord. And I'll show you with that. Now, most of the bass line is always done with a bassist. If you have a bassist always do the bass line. But if you don't have a bassist and you're the one to play the keyboard, you can actually add up a bass line to help you when you are playing. Now, I'm not going to show you that, but I'm going to just explain to you what bass line is, and I'll show you example of bass line. But I'm not going to configure this keyboard to start using bass line. Now, let's get started. Now, the song "I Love You Forever" is on the key of, okay, now we are in the key of C major. Of course, we know we are in the key of C major. Then the progression for the "I Love You Forever," like I told you, I took half of the song, not in full. So is 4, 6, 5, 1, 5, 4 rather. 4, then back to 1. 4, 6, 5, 4, and then 1. So now the bass line. Now let's play the chord first and see how it sounds like. The chord is 4, 6, 5, 4, 1. Now I'm using triad, so you can use inversion whatever you choose to use, or you use any inversion you want. Now let's play it as normal as you should. Now that is it. Now, to play with the bass line, this is the bass line. The bass line is picking the root note of whatever your right hand is playing, and you play it on the left hand. Now, let's see. This is the root note. My left hand is picking just only the root note. That is the progression of the song. Is picking them one after the other. That is the bass line. Do you understand? That is the bass line. Now, forever I love you, forever I love you, forever, oh Lord, I love you, forever I love you, forever I love you, forever, oh Lord. So you see, that's the bass line. The bass line, you're picking the root note and you play it. That is the bass line. So bass line is always on the root note. Then if you hear a bassist playing the bass line, and most times you add other note, that is note in the chord. The other note you hear is the note in the chord. But we're not going into that. We just want to show you the accompany. So these are ways of this is one of the way of accompanying a song with the bass line. Now another way of accompanying a song is using the perfect fit. Perfect fit. What is perfect fit? Now these are one. Where's our fit? This is fit. So this is the fit. This is perfect fit. So a perfect fit is half. It's almost like saying like a half an octave, but not really. So a perfect fit is your first note. Count 5 notes after your count 5 notes from your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the perfect fit. So you can use this way with your left hand to accompany it. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is for the 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the 4, and then back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see why I call it perfect fit? It's always the 5, 1 and the 5th note. 1 and the 5th note. So let's play this. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. Oh Lord. How does that sound? Now let's take it a bit out of I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. Oh Lord. So that is all about perfect fit. Now the next thing is octave. Now with the same song, octave, of course you know what octave is. Octave is 8 notes. It consists of 8 notes, and it's always the lower note to the same upper note on the keyboard. Now, if you're starting an octave from here, taking the root note and putting the root note up higher, that is an octave higher. You play it this way, that is octave. So octave is from a key to the same key, that is F to F, A to A, G to G, F to F, then back to C to C. Can you see that? So that's how you're accompanying it. So let's see how it sounds like. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. Oh Lord, I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. Oh Lord. So that is how you are accompanying with your left hand using octave. So you have done bass line, perfect fit, octave. Now you have chord and your arpeggio. So how to use the chord? Of course, we have used chord in the previous video. If you notice it, we use chord with our left hand, we use our first inversion, and we use our triad, we use our second inversion. So let's just use an example again, so that if you have skipped it or you skipped your mind, so I'll use again. Now we're going to use triad all through for now, and see how it look like. Now I love you forever. Second inversion. I love you forever. I love the second inversion. It's so inspiring. Now the last on our list is arpeggio. So another way you can accompany your song by using arpeggio, and arpeggio is not, well, let me know, it's mostly used especially when you're doing a classical music, but then let me explain to you what arpeggio is. You can still use it on contemporary songs, especially if you're using bass line. Bass line does most of arpeggio. Arpeggio is you take the note of a chord and then you play it one after the other. Unlike a chord is when you take notes, two or more notes, and you play it at the same time. That is chord. But arpeggio is you play the note of the chord one after the other. That is the difference. Just that is the difference. The difference is just the mode of playing. So to play the same song again, now using chord, but instead of playing chord with your left hand, you will now pick the note of the chord one after the other. This might not be the perfect example for the song, but let's use it. I love you. Can you see that? It's a triad I'm playing with my left hand, but I pick the note one after the other. That is it. That's what arpeggio is. So let's use second inversion for your left hand, and let's arpeggiate it. Okay, now for the last piece, this accompany types, you use it based on your desire, based on what you want to hear. Do you understand? You use it based on what you want to hear. You don't just use anyone. You use it based on the song. You see how the mood of the song is, and you then use it. So, and be careful how you use some of the accompany types, because you don't want to move too high or too low. You become moody, because like this first note here, if you are to use the chord to accompany your song, you be careful going down too low, else the song will sound moody. For instance, now playing the same song again using chord, but now I'm moving to this lower part area, and hear how it sounds like. I love you forever. I love you forever. Oh Lord. Can hear it sound muddy, and it's not okay for our music. So it's best we take it to this side an octave higher. You hear how it sounds like now. I love you. So understand your keyboard and see how it looks like, how it sounds like when you're going too low or too high. And another thing too, you won't want to go too high, especially when you're soloing. But when you go too high like this, it might sound too harsh. So always keep your things simple and slow and steady, and then enjoy yourself as you play. So we have come to the end of today's video, today's lesson. So practice. Use other songs too and practice. Find progression for other songs and practice it as well. So that is it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.